Welcome back, everybody. I got another vid for you. Special guest. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. I know I'm going to. First, a disclaimer: nothing intended or meant for any illegal purposes. We're speaking of the past, history, decades ago, as a matter of fact, and it's all experience. But with that being said, I want to introduce my very special guest, Mr. Buffalo Soldier. How you doing, sir?
All right, sir. Glad to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So, uh, as I do with all of them, uh, tell us a little bit how you got started, what got you involved, when was that that got you involved with
Uh,
the breed?
About 1971, uh, I had Dobermans, Rottweilers, man dogs, and Pat Bojanowski that got in trouble with the law. I happened to see it all over television sets, and it got my interest. And the first one I had seen was a dog that a guy named Benny Humphrey had, who was nicknamed the Top, T-O-P. He had a dog by the name of Dancer, and he came by my house, and he stopped three of my German Shepherds. So from that point on, I became very interested in the American Pit Bull Terrier, and in 1975, I got Thunderball, the very first one I had. Until this day, the best one I ever had.
Wow, what an
And
intro!
that's 50 years.
Yes, sir. How was Thunderball bred?
Staff and staff on the top side, which was bred, some dogs bred by Larry Keys, who's still, well, Larry Keys.
Still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom side of it, of Thunderball, was identifiably a Tacoma.
Wow.
And he's a story all by himself, Thunderball.
Right. Well, feel free to tell us a little bit, anyways.
Uh, well, and the summation of his story is that he was the sire to a seven-time winner for Raw Dog.
Wow.
And also the sire to my Stacy Stack. Another, I brought him to another. I didn't really do that. My son did it.
Right.
Bred Thunderball to another staff. And I got two dogs out of it. And at the time, my mother wanted a man dog. And her being a senior at the time, dog got to be 9, 10 months old. It turned into what it really was. She had to get my nephews to take care of it.
Right. Right.
On the other hand, there was Stacy, who was a litter mate. Stacy is another dog. That's a story by herself. That's the one. She's a 4-time winner. I challenged old boy with Snooky. First time out with Stacy.
Mm.
And I ended up beating him second time out with Stacy.
Wow.
And that was a 4-time winning bitch. That was the same bitch I told you we went hunting Blondie down in Arkansas with her.
Right.
And it didn't happen, but
yeah,
we were.
Yeah, that would have been a great match. Yeah, that was Champion Snooky, right?
That was, yes.
Yeah.
She was a 4-time winner,
Right.
champion smoking.
Wow.
And said the poor boy, he wouldn't give me a first time out match with her. Understand now, audience here. We're talking years and years ago, and this is all for information and entertainment.
Yes, sir.
We'll be clear about that. Where was I, Richard?
With Stacy had beat champion Snooki, and
Right.
was that Stacy's first time out?
No, second time out.
Okay.
The first time out was Nightmare and Big Jim.
Right.
Off of some Jim Wilson blood. Yes, that was one of the Jim Wilson bred dog, and that's another dog story. Jim Wilson.
He's from now. There's two, I would say, two famous Wilsons in the dogs. One is Marshall Wilson. He's from out California way. You're talking about Jim Wilson. He from Illinois way, right?
Big Jim Wilson here, Illinois. Confidant of Joe Corbino.
Oh, there you go.
That's Chicago Jim Wilson.
Right.
There was Walter Wilson out of Los Angeles, California.
Right.
That also was a very good teacher of mine.
Yeah. So that's three of them. Yeah. 3 Wilsons.
Two. I know of.
Yeah. Right.
And then there was the one you just mentioned was Little Jim. Right. That's Marshall.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Little Jim. Yes. Yeah, I met him way back in the day. You're right. Yeah.
So I wanted to see how to get that line. There's a good reason for confusion with that.
Yeah, true. He was a classy guy, man. That Little Jim Wilson, he was classy. Yeah.
Still lives.
Yeah.
That's Little Jim.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he lives in California.
Right.
And Walter Wilson lived in Los Angeles, California. Rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
Big Jim Wilson, Chicago Jim Wilson, lived here in Chicago and was one of my real good mentor to me.
Right.
He really was. He taught me a lot. A lot. As a matter of fact, I was so honored that he came to meet me at my store. Yeah, because the game back in my day, in the beginning, it was still pretty secure as far as you just couldn't walk in and say, let me play. It's just, you have to have reference even back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to know somebody to get in there. Yeah.
You got that right. Even to get the magazine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you needed references. Yep.
Yeah, even to get the magazine. But as I go on, I bred Stacy and Farah together. Also, I want to say one good thing. I want to say something about Farah's mother, who was a pure Mayfield's nigger dog.
Right.
She was pure. And I was criticized. I was criticized by Sophie, who was Sophie Hawkins, who told me what a wasted breeding.
Yeah.
And Don Mayfield told me I was breeding backwards. And I had to accept those criticisms because I was doing it my way. And it was my dogs. And I came up with Farah and 3 or 4 litter mates that all just fizzle out on one story or another. They just got away with Farah. Was one that I kept. And Thunderball was his daddy. So, and what I want to say about the Dane, the pure Mayfield bitch, I bred her to Snake Jr. when Ozzie Stevens had him.
Mm.
Excellent breeding. And I let it all get away. That's just one of the many breedings.
Right, right.
I've made that I lost out on. I can go back for 1 second and mention a breeding that I made.
Of course.
I bred Thunderball back to his daughter, who was mopping for Ra's litter mate. And I got a bitch out of that called Mississippi. I staked her out with a doctor, and she never would start, and he brought it back to me.
Mm.
She never would start the hunt.
Right.
He brought it back, and I bred her to Thunderball. She jumped the fence and hung herself with the puppies in her.
Oh, darn.
Yeah,
That would have been a grandfather to granddaughter breeding?
that would have been, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's just the whole story about that, because I know I made some good breedings of dogs, and I've lost so many good breedings.
Yeah.
And also that pure Mayfield stuff, the diamond blood, that I made some very good breeds with that.
Yeah.
That bonus bitch that you see in the Kirshner pedigree, of course, Opie got his name on the dog. Well, he put Mayfield there. That was my bitch. I bought her from Don Mayfield.
Mm.
And the first breeding I made with her on the Mayfield recommendation was with my mom's Mandela. Excellent breed. And the bitch ate up every one of the puppies, and I didn't know they were cannibals. That's in their blood.
Right.
Yeah, that's in their blood. Yeah. And I had some very good blood. That was some very good blood. I still am a fan of it today. But it's very rare.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very rare.
It's interesting because, you know, I don't know if you realized that at the time, you know, you're just breeding good dogs or you're searching good dogs and breeding them, but you were making breedings that went together well, you know. Even the Tacoma stuff, you know, it goes back to the you know, pit bull and all that. You got the Sapphicus stuff, the Mayfield stuff, which is heavy Dibo, and Tacoma has ancestors of Dibo in it, you know.
Blackjack.
Yeah, Blackjack, exactly. You know, the Henry blood, you know, the English dogs.
Okay.
So and then, you know, you mentioned Corvino. Of course, all them guys, you know, traded dogs or bred to each other. Dog Corvino, Tudor, Heinz, all of them had, you know, something going on with each other.
Oh yeah.
So you were just that's probably why it worked. You know, I would guess. You know, regardless of what people said or thought, you know, that stuff clicks good together. You know, that's the way I look at it.
I mean, really, it was. Yeah, I went against the grain and then get it my way, but it just happened. And I was, you know, of course, I was criticized by Sophia and Mayfield about doing it, but still, it's my dog. I do what I want to. That dog, Farrar, was getting worldwide attention because of Sophia and Mayfield.
Right.
They were riding his way. Yeah. And I really didn't care much about it. I was just having fun. It's back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I loved the game. And I learned it from top to bottom. And I loved doing it. I did. Yeah. Back then. Well,
right. Yeah. Well, in my opinion, you were one of the best at doing it, you know. Yeah. How many did Farrar win?
7.
7.
Yeah. lost his ape to Shadow.
Okay.
Who
Yeah.
is this-
Yeah. Go into him a little bit for Raw, because I remember, that's quite an accomplishment.
I have to breathe on that one because there's a story uh, about Barack. Well, about the theft of thunder.
Mm.
Thunderball got stolen,
Okay.
and I got him back. He was gone for about 9 months or so. And another couple dog men got me to get him back through the fraternity. Simple as that.
Right.
And I appreciated it. He lied to a couple of them not going to come in it, but I got him back.
Good.
And as the person I got him back from still lives, and the person just passed on a couple of years ago. They turned to be they were real good buddies.
Oh, wow.
That person that just passed on, Lisa and Bob, happened to be very good friends with Blood. I just realized that Bob was the one that I got Thunderball back after being stolen.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Things have a way of coming around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Barack was a man biter.
Okay.
He was influenced by my young teenage son at the time about that man bite. And that's something that certainly you don't want a bulldog doing at all.
Right.
And those puppies, it wouldn't take much to make them man aggressive.
Right.
So I was not into that thing. And once I learned about the bulldogs, but Raw was a man aggressive. And somebody tried to steal him one night. I heard him, and Raw was loose in the yard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was dragging the chain that I had. Yeah, that's a story too.
Mm.
And it was, matter of fact, Thunder Raw was on both adult dogs at that time because Thunderball was staying out on the hunt until he was 6.5 years old.
Mm.
And Farrar had become of age as he reached that level of Thunderball on me.
Right.
Farrar became of age at 2 years old. He became ready. Yeah, so very good dog. And I had some front dogs. Now I want to skip over a lot of dogs between Thunderball and the last one that I had, who was Phoebe. That's a male.
Okay.
And that was one of the ones that they took from me when they came and took my dogs. But there's a lot of dogs in between that the fraternity knows nothing about. And we'll touch on a couple of them. One I'll go to is Walter Wilson directed me to a lot of Mayfield Tudor dogs. I mean, a lot of them.
Right.
And I was riding a pretty high wave at the time, and I didn't take heed to what he was trying to put in my hands. I did take heed and bred to one that Indiana Gary Fetch had by the name of Yargo.
Okay.
And Walt advised me to breed to Yargo. From that breeding, on top of one of my farmer bitches with a little kingfish flavor in it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got Akbar and Malcolm X
Mm.
out of that breeding of Yargo. Akbar is the dog that Boone was talking about.
Okay.
Malcolm X is his brother.
Right.
Now, that one that I won in the competition with Boone was a Jeep son. Then Akbar, eventually, Akbar took down two of them.
Right.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, two Jeep songs. That's the two.
Right.
One is doing 204, and one with Bone. I don't remember the time.
Right.
It was a Jeep song. And his brother, Malcolm X, same thing, Jeep song. Good times and listen, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times. They got a Jeep song.
Yes, sir.
Malcolm X. I'm sorry, take that back. Oh, that's all wrong. I went to them with Akbar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to them with Akbar. And beat Jim with 204. And then I beat Boone. And I lost it for up in Detroit with that dog.
Okay.
Yeah, not before.
So he won 2 and lost 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Do you remember some of Farah's opponents?
Every one. Each and every one of his. And I did that. Wait a minute, let me finish tell you about the
Okay. Okay.
Not Akbar, but Malcolm X. He did the same thing with Chartbuster. He had a Jeep son.
Right.
214, and he stood the line and lost.
Mm.
They did, and Chartbuster didn't make it.
Yeah.
I took that same one and went into Kirshner with him.
Mm.
And beat Kirshner in 35 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Well, yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment, you know. There's no shame in losing like that, though, you know. I've been there myself, you know. That's a long time. And
yeah, he lost in 214.
and come back and whooped them in 30-something, huh? Come back and won in 30-something, 30.
Yeah, 30-something minutes.
Yeah, he won after that. Yeah.
He was in the cushion.
Yeah.
I can't say. I did see that show because he was in it. I don't know about what he did. He had the Taz dog. And we'll get you talking about that in a later time.
Okay.
But those were dogs. Those were some of the dogs that, like I said, that I had that, you know, with fraternity never knew nothing about, especially that one Akbar. Only reason Boone mentioned it, but there was several. I mean, man, I've read that Mayfield bitch. I told you the Snake Junior dog.
Okay, yeah.
Man, nothing but good dogs. I was getting them out of a cur that was a direct son of Snake Junior. and that same Mayfield bitch.
Mm.
And just to name two, and there was many. Well, R2 was one too. That was a female, 4-time winner. Yeah, direct daughter of Night Train.
Mm.
Snake Junior top and bottom. I had two 14-month-old pups. 2 hours, right off the chain.
Wow.
Puppies, yes.
Mm.
I had very, very good luck with that Snake Junior blood, and I have to give that Bible bitch the credit she deserves,
Yes, sir.
because, Sophie and Mayfield are my biggest critics of Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Those are some good breedings, though. You think about it, they click real good, when you put them together. You.
so I ended up losing all of that stuff, bottom line, and that's terrible. And I mentioned another one on one of the boards that I had a 2-time contract winner. And we bred him, and I can't remember who I competed with.
Right.
That's how many times, got in the competition.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
I have no idea. And I bred that dog. Yeah. And he was a 2-time contract winner, and 2 pups got loose and kennel accident. Yeah, kennel accident.
Yeah, yeah. I've had that happen. I was talking to a guy that I'd went into in Baja, Mexico, and I couldn't remember it. I could not remember it for the life of me. And he explained everything that went down, what my dog did, all that stuff, and I could not remember. So I'm talking to my son afterwards, and I mentioned it, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Dad, you don't remember we went down there and the dog did this?" Said the same thing my opponent had said, but for the life of me, to this day, I still don't remember it. It just, you have so many of them and things slip by, So I know how you feel,
Join the club.
Yeah.
It was just the love of the hunt game, and just and it was a goodness of sport,
Right.
and not meant for everybody.
True. I agree.
That's why the fraternity is more secret today than it was 50 years ago.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It has to be that way. It's so unfortunate that you can't keep up with the other man's track record, but that's for you young people for the future. You got to figure that out for yourself.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's going to be very difficult because guys, I was back in my day, wanted to be somebody, wanted to be great. That's human nature.
Yep. Be recognized,
Be recognized. I was lucky enough to get recognized because I was the guy that was at a love for dogs, happened to be a gambler, and was able to finance myself. So that's why they say I was a one-man band.
Right. Yes. Yes, sir, you
Anyway,
was. Yeah.
So, yeah, but of course, I had a band, band of gypsies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're my boys. It's all cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's it. I made a breeding with the Snake Junior blood with Bud Reynolds, guy over in Indiana. I don't know what happened to those folks, but he had a bitch bred down off of Snake Junior too.
Mm-hmm.
It was Hank and Red Baby was one part of the back end. Well, to for good breeding, that we made. But
Right.
those ducks got away too. They just
Yeah. Now, did Ozzy have Snake Jr. at the time, or was it Brian that had him? Or
Ozzy?
Okay. Right.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Right.
And Ozzy told me when we made the breeding, this is blood of the future.
Mm.
And he was absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, that was some good shit. And I blew that.
Yeah.
But beat goes on. What can I say?
Yep. Yep.
So,
Well, we've all done that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to move up a little bit to Sister Soldier
Okay.
and Bruskin. Now, Sister Soldier, I'll take that back. This is what produced Sister Soldier. Gucci and Braskin. Gucci is a Stacy Farrar pump.
Okay.
We're at Braskin, and that produced Sister Soldier.
Right. And Braskin was the Mayfield stuff, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Sophie. Sophie again.
Yeah.
Always got a deal for me, but some of it's good. Even Jim Wilson would say about Sophie, whatever he was as a person, as long as well bred.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jim Wilson would tell me that.
Yeah.
But Sister Soldier went to Jelly Roll Red. Yes.
Red to what now?
Went to Jelly Roll Red.
Okay, Jelly Roll Red. Gotcha.
Now, that's the dog that's dominant in the front part of my blood. I say front part, late 90s. Hey, they sound one. Yeah, God. Anyway, that was the first cross that I made with my Stacy Farrar blood, Mayfield, to Jeep Red Boy. And the Mayfield blood was already there. That's the makeup of the Jelly Roll Red dog.
Okay.
He was bred out of pure family, top and bottom. The bottom side of Jelly Roll Red was a pure Red Boy bitch, ready to rumbles Red Boy bitch. Trainer. Pure. He brought it and made it hot. And he came back a week later and told me, don't honor breeder. I took her and I bred her to my Miles Davis.
I remember him, yeah.
And that's what produced Jelly Roll Red.
Gotcha. Now, was Mau Mau from your area?
No.
Okay. I remember that dog. He had Miles Davis and Mau Mau. He had a grand champion too. I forget the dog. Anyways, go ahead.
There you got the dog blood.
There you go.
He had that Panama Red stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He still got it. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Still got it. So I made that cross into my Stacy Farrar stuff, and it produced a two-time winner named Carl. Carl, pretty good dog.
Mm-hmm.
Two-time winner.
Right.
That started to that started to change my family of dogs when I added Jelly Roll Red to my Stacy for livestock.
Okay.
As I said in one of the posts, I was like, put a turbocharger on Bummer. It was really quick, man. That stuff produced with my blood that I already had something good. Dogs that you could send on the hunt, they finished the job.
Right.
On the job. And I've seen them do it in 3 generations. Until I say I liked it. Yeah.
And you think it was just adding that fresh blood in there that kind of perked it up, or you know?
That'll be an issue in history. Yes, it perked it up. Just to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it perked it up.
It's kind of like blending maybe old blood and newer blood, huh? Like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. And even since then, as I say, over the years, like I had added, I had added a little bit of the kingfish blood back then too.
Okay.
So that was a little teaspoon of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever add have the Corvino stuff in yours?
Well, no, I couldn't find no Corvino blood that is recognizable to me.
Okay.
But I really, I couldn't find none of that. I don't, but as a matter of fact, I don't have any of the blood that Jim had floating around in Chicago.
Okay.
No, I don't have any of that. But he had the Corvino blood, because him and Joe Corvino were doing a lot of, things together. I don't know what, but they certainly were, confidants, put it that way. Big Jim Wilson and Tom Bradshaw. He was a guy that knew the pedigree so well. Tom Bradshaw, he was. And real good friends with Jim Wilson. Both of these guys, and my coming in, were old enough to be my fathers at the time.
Right.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And as I fought my way into the game, they took me under their wing and taught me a lot of stuff. Yeah, they did. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank God for it.
I remember Bodzianowski, his son was a cruiserweight contender. Yeah.
Yeah.
In boxing. Yeah.
He wasn't as big as his daddy, but he was tall as his daddy.
Right.
Good guy, man.
Yeah. And he had a prosthetic leg too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
tough. I remember seeing him on TV.
Yeah, and he met the Pope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a blessing from the Pope, or he met the Pope, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, sure did. What was his name? Pat was the dad, right?
Pat was his dad.
And
his handle was Earthquake.
Earthquake. Yeah.
The reason why I know that is because his name was on a contract at one time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Greg.
Greg, there you go. Yeah.
Craig.
Oh, Craig. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Craig, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, boxing and dogs go together,
Huh?
Boxing and dogs go together. They have a rich history.
Nah,
Yeah,
how can you say that? Two guys go into the ring and do the same thing.
do the same thing. I even have an old picture. It's from the 1920s. There was a lightweight champion named Ad Walgast, and he's handling a dog. He's right in there handling the dog for I don't know if it was a roll or a match or whatever, but he's a lightweight champion handling. So it goes way back. They have, like you said, they both get in there and do the same thing.
With one purpose, to
Yep.
kill each other.
Yeah. 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 That's it. That's the brutal facts. Yep.
You know what's so barbaric about that to me personally is to see girls do shit like that.
Yeah.
I can't stand.
I don't. Maybe because we're old, but I don't like it either. Even though I can recognize they have talent and they can do whatever they want. They have that right, but it just hits me funny. My family's like that. Even my wife, my kids, they don't. And my girls, they're tough girls and all that, but they don't like seeing the either. I don't like it. Just hits me wrong.
I mean, it's rough enough for me.
Yeah, yeah.
When girls get out there trying to say they can do what guys do, that's too rough, baby. You can get killed.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother subject. It's just my opinion about that. It's two girls compete like that. It ain't that serious, really.
Yeah, true.
Back to the dogs.
Back to the dogs.
Cherry Red. Like I said, pure Red Boy on the bottom side, pure Jeep on the top side, pure Mayfield on the top side. Actually, I'm bringing to Miles Davis when the Mayfield bitch Esther, because I had Esther's sister.
Okay.
It was another one of the pure Mayfield dogs I had. I had her sister. And I bred to Miles Davis and got J.O. Red. And I added that to my family of dogs. And as I said, it was like putting a turbocharger on Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And as I tell you something about Thunder, I'm not taking nothing away from Perot, because that was his son, and he would have proved himself 7 contracted times against the hardest competition available at that time.
Right.
Said there just happened to be more funny than others. No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people have a problem with it. That's them. I believe he treated the man the way he treated me. So
there you go.
He treated me like a brother. That's what he did. It's all about competition.
Yes, sir. I agree.
So.
Yeah. So that was basically the Miles Davis and the Jeep Red Boy Daibo stuff on the top. That was bred to the Thunderball and Farrar stuff. Stacy on the bottom, right? Yeah.
No.
I mean Snake Junior stuff.
No. Well, none of that in the blood. Oh.
Okay.
I missed out.
That's all right. No, it's my fault. Go ahead.
But that was a dog I had named Carp that I got off of the breeding of Sister Soldier and Jelly Roll Red.
There we go.
Yeah. And it kind of started to tell me that something good was happening. Because Carp was pretty good guy. Anyway, I moved in here one time with his brother, and I came up missing other brother. But that's another story. Anyway, I bred a breed car. Or did I? Yeah. Breed it, that's another story. I added Jelly Roll Red to the dogs. Oh, yeah, I sent 3 to the little Jim. I'll take it. I sent him a male and a female off of that first cross I made with Jelly Roll Red and my Stacy for Rock Dog.
Okay.
And little Jim was one of the very few people in the world that had my dogs. He doubled those dogs up, breeding. He inbred them twice, and he set me back 3 females.
Mm.
Right. Let me tell you, boy.
Yeah.
The one that I got to see was Little Eve.
Right.
Little Eve at 22, 23 months old, looking to take a, run a test. Looking for a role, bottom line.
Right.
We go out and they insist upon gambling and we just want to play. And we end up gambling. Little Eve had never seen the square before in her life. Never had a tooth on her. EK, 4-time winner.
Mm.
Yes. And that's as descriptive as I can be.
Yeah. That was her first time.
I never had a tooth on her.
Yeah, yeah.
A 4-time winner.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It happened it happened then. I bred her to Jelly Roll Red, and I got the giant killer, CK. CK is the one that I competed into Frank Jacob with. Frank Jacob of the Assassin family.
Right.
Breeding.
Yeah, had that champion hog dog and a lot of the red boy stuff. Yeah, yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Out of my old age, feeling healthy, I tried to reject the offer, but he called and talked to me and he begged me not to because he'd been wanting to compete in a hunt with me for years. And it just turns out that we have the, same number.
Right.
And we went hunting and killed each other in 223.
Wow.
I stood for that. Well, I lost.
Right.
Good competition, though. Very good. And the whole point of that story was GK had finished the 100 square.
Mm.
The one I used. He was a 4-time winner.
Right.
And this was off of the Little Eve Jelly Roll Red breeding. And so I bred him to the last of my Thunder Jelly Roll Red dog at Thunder Cross. The last bitch I had to have. Yeah. Had just no blood left in it. And I got Daddy, y'all, who's a piece of shit.
Always the last ones, huh? Yeah. It happens. It happens.
Because I'm talking about my own yard, so
you can say that. Yeah, exactly.
The dog man can laugh at himself. You have problem in life. I mean, that's you gotta be able to laugh at yourself.
That's right. I do it all the time.
Sure. You screw things up on occasion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was
That was the last breeding you got off of that stuff. The jelly roll and
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah. That's when I started to realize the potency of that cross, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
GK showed the same thing. Uh, great, I mean, a great, good one. Good one. I bred, like I said, to the Southern Cross, the last bitch I had, and Bruce Daddy always, he wasn't nothing. He was a cur. And a cold mother. The other bitch was cold too.
Right.
But these are dogs that I bred. I know what's in them. No, they don't come up to standards. And I don't suggest that dog men do what I've done with dogs. It
Right.
takes many years for you to
Right.
build a yard or a gene pool to get good dogs. It's not easy to do.
So true.
Uh, uh, I've been very lucky and
Mm-hmm.
blessed.
Yes,
But
sir.
now we can move from GK to Daniel. I breed him and get the last one I had, BB.
Mm-hmm.
3 out of 3 and wasn't even 3.
Mm.
One off the chain, 2 contracts.
Right.
112, 2 hours, and 143.
Very nice.
I was proud of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had a little mate, not a little mate, a brother. And a lot of brothers and sisters to him. And they came and took all my damn dogs for no reason, period.
Yeah. Well, they just don't like pit bulls. That's all it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really devastating to me. But I had, throw my hands up because I was supposed to be trying to fight them people. Well, I don't have the money. I ain't trying to fight them. They know they're wrong, but the truth is against the law. So that's what we're dealing with.
Yep. Exactly. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now go all them all them breedings you made, all them dogs. Was there something about them that was common? Like were they rough type, smart type, good balance, maneuver?
That's now okay. Going back to Thunderball, ability, great ability, and it became a hereditary trait in my dogs. When I added Jelly Roll Red, they went from ear around to face and mouth, which I didn't like.
Okay.
That cost too much. And the reason why I was able to get so much distance out of my old Tacoma blood, Thunder and Company, is they were ear specialists. They wouldn't take nothing else.
Okay, gotcha.
The ear. And therefore they stayed out of trouble and did lots of damage. And that's become a hereditary trait. And like any dog, man, you'd want to have gameness as a hereditary trait, but that's the most elusive trait to have.
Agreed.
And I don't get you talking too deep about proving. You have to prove it. It's a game of prove it. And unfortunately, you can't do that.
Yeah. That's true.
Mhm. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that it kills the quality of our private breed. Yeah, of our private breed.
Hmm.
Kills the quality because, you know, because of
Yep.
people is coming along that, want to be known.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
I say that, because I'm been I'm an older dog, and my health doesn't allow me to take care of myself.
Right.
But it's a dog.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat, so I'm right there with you. You know.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stop liking them.
Right.
It's just like I'm a widow man of a 42-year marriage.
Right.
I ain't stop liking girls.
That's
You
true.
know, some,
Yeah, that's true. And
something,
yeah, we
something,
have our memories, and that for me, I guess that's good enough. Got a lot of good memories and some good people, and you go through a lot. And you gotta love the breed, and you've proven that. You just a lot of
only
experience,
like, yeah. And to the fraternity, dog man, you have to have a product that will prove itself to you first. And you better know before you go. Now you can mark my words on that.
Very well said. Very well said.
You know, that's what it calls for. Don't fool yourself, man.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
Don't lie to yourself, boy. Yeah, that won't end good.
it's gonna cost you
It's gonna
your
cost you.
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you pockets. Look at the strip. And then you have these guys that will destroy a good product, trying to prove something that you didn't have to take it that far.
Right.
Yeah, there are ways uh, to just test your product without taking it that out of the deep water. Uh, yeah, there are ways.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you better be true to yourself
Mm-hmm.
about what your product really is, because you'll find out at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but
That's
I
the
think
one.
that's kind of prophetic. You have to know your product. You have to know what you're dealing with, and you don't have to beat them into the ground once you know your stuff.
Right, right.
And do all you hear all these stories about this and that, and I think most experienced guys learn that at some point you don't have to do that anymore. You know, you know
No,
what you're looking at, and you're gambling on that.
should I give them a little secret I got
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Joe Wilson. Oh, shit.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But it is little secrets like that the dog man have. But this one is Jim taught me in later years, right before he passed on. You don't have to destroy that dog in the test, but they're going to let me up and get him exhausted. See if he'll go.
Like that. We where I live, it gets hot, but it's dry. So
Yeah.
that was one way of me looking at them. I get them to run a little bit hot, and
Yeah.
then look at them, see, and they go 10 minutes after that.
Yeah.
And because as well as I do, they'll quit from heat
Yeah.
more than pain generally.
Just, you save your dog. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have to do damage to them.
Exactly.
Usually, just get it tired.
There you go.
Yeah. you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be judging that.
Right.
How exhausted to get that animal. It's so much to physical fitness, but it helps if a guy has been in the physical fitness himself.
Right.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because he might know. He knows. He does know.
Right. How did you? Yeah. Yeah.
But
what did you? What was your? You don't have to give away a lot, but what was your conditioning program like? Did you use a mill or Jenny or hand walking or?
Basically, sure, I use the mill, and in my later years, I used the electric mill along with the slap mill.
Right.
Also paid my dues one time with an electric mill, and I lost a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I do mill work. I wish I could do swimming because Chicago's got a great big lake out there, but the population, they think you're doing something criminal to have your dog to swim.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. It's hard to. It's hard to take them out in public and do certain things because you have everybody watching you.
Right.
Even if you.
Gotta find you a secluded place to walk and enjoy your dog.
Yeah.
And enjoy doing what you do. And bond with that animal. The main thing in the keep is your dedication to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest part of it. Your dedication.
Yes, sir. I agree.
And, in the beginning, as a young guy, rain, sleet, snow, I'm going. I was gonna mention that R2 dog. I did her 10-degree temperature, maybe down to 0 temperature.
Wow.
I did it in the winter time, and that was pretty hard, but I made it, and I would never try that again.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. That's too extreme, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But that was that R2 dog.
Yeah.
The last of the Snake Junior blood I had, damn it. She was a 4-time winner.
What was her name again?
R2D2.
R2D2.
Yeah, she was. She was good. Snake Junior by Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Top and bottom.
Wow.
Yeah. And she was. That is a story out there. Boy.
Yeah.
She bit the hog so hard one time that she jumped back off the hog, squealed in pain. And I too thought about it for a second and realized, well, this is a fight. This is about survival. And, then right back into home.
Yeah.
But that was a very funny thing to watch.
I bet.
Yes, it was good little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She surprised herself, Oh.
Yeah, she must have been so hard that the hog, she made the hog feel it.
Yeah.
And she jumped back and did to say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
No, I'm not sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Exactly.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, there's some great stories.
Saw that.
Yeah.
That night. Quite a few people saw her too.
Mm-hmm.
Those Snake Junior ball, Diabo, Mayfield, nigga. Yeah, you put it down out of it.
Yeah.
Same female. And night train was the mail I was using. So every time, every dog I would stick night tan in,
Yeah.
he would produce.
Yeah, he probably.
I'm telling you, he was a cur.
Yeah.
But he was the last that was left.
Yeah.
And these were the dogs that I got all the breeding when I was in Stevens.
Mm.
But like I said, every one was a damn good one. And then back in the day, not knowing, calling too early because, starting too early.
Yeah.
And
all them mistakes we make, my a friend of mine had a daughter, a Snake Junior. I forget what her name was. She was one of the gamest bitches I ever seen. Crawling, think she was dead, still go, just, and that kind of goes along with what you're saying. Just a great game bitch like that. As game as you want a dog. As game as a live dog could be. And she was ruined, and he ended up dying after that, And we all make them mistakes, It just, in hindsight, The good thing is we learn from them, don't repeat them. Now, if we kept doing it over and over, then now we have a problem, Now we're doing something wrong. But, we adjust and we try not to repeat them and learn from it,
Yeah.
Sometimes the dog suffers for it. That's our fault too,
Sure. We make our mistakes, but as you say, you try and learn from your mistakes. But damn, I wish I could have some dogs back up.
Me too. Me too.
But I really screwed up on man.
Yeah. So
that's history.
Yeah. Take heed, people. Learn from our mistakes if you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's where it goes.
Yeah.
And that front end dog that I was discussing, the one that people took from me, that was a dog, man. And I was trying to get him to my mom, and it didn't work out. They came before that could happen.
Oh, okay.
And
took all of them, huh? Took all of them. They took all the dogs of yours.
Yep, you know it. They told me. See, I signed them over to them because I know sense of me trying to fight them about keeping them because I'm going to lose either one going. I know that.
Yeah.
So I just signed them over and tell me in court they said that they set them out for adoption. But you don't know where you put them.
Yeah.
Keep it real.
That's
you
true.
put them out for adoption, but ain't no record about where you put them.
Right.
Yep. That's every story of the law.
Yeah.
And it was a matter of trying to destroy my life. It just so happened that I was old and retired when it happened. And I allowed a stool pigeon under me out to 40-some years. And I never had a lot of people around me. I was in the liquor store business for 30 years, so I dealt with a lot of people for a long time.
Right.
And in my senior years, I just don't have a lot of people around.
Yeah. That was the store you were talking about in the beginning you had? It was a liquor store?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. That was my living. Yeah.
You knew had a lot of customers then, knew a lot of people through the years, huh?
That's a story. Because the store was in the same town I've been raised in all my life.
Right.
And everybody in town knows me. And I was able to do that because lots of my customers were offspring of people that I had grown up with.
Right.
And they explained to them that, you know, I'm not the right guy to mess with.
Right.
So we did all right.
Yeah.
But the streets are so rough now, man. That's one of the reasons why I had to bail out of that. I lost my wife, and that just domino effect. And
Gotcha.
here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Thankful to be here.
Yes, sir.
Wish I was able to have a done, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. For sure.
Well,
With that, I think we're gonna. There's a timer on my phone, so we'll end this interview, and hopefully we can do another one in the future. You got any last words, Mr. Buffalo Soldier?
you know, all I can say to the guys is coming along is that be true to yourself. Be true to yourself, you know. Pedigree don't scratch. That's it.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, sir, and
We'll talk later.
looking forward to doing it again.
All right now.